Hi everybody, I'm Pastor Bill and this is Fixing Things. Today I'm not working on the F600. I will be on it tomorrow. We're going to rebuild that carburetor tomorrow and probably do an oil change in it, get that thing running good, get the accelerator pump working great. But today we're going to be working on this generator. It's a white something Hercules G1600 generator or something like that. We don't know the actual make. We know that the engine is definitely a Hercules 1600. So what are we going to do today? Well, today we're going to see if we can get access to it to see if it's three-phase or single-phase. We got to do some cutting because when they made this thing, they didn't make it serviceable where the winding connections and the breaker connectors, it's all down inside here. So we're going to cut a door right here. And we'll put hinges on that when they get here. I ordered the hinges last week. They haven't got here yet. And we're going to make some nice heavy duty thing. Yesterday, my son was out here and he put a new set of points on it. And, well, he didn't get it running. He was pretty disappointed. Now, the gas is really old in this thing. So I'm not expecting it to run on that gas. We do have a little 1 gallon can in there to siphon from. It does pick it up. He cleaned the carburetor out using my carburetor cleaner and stuff like that. And then he put a new set of points in it. And he put some jumper cables on it. And it was turning over, but it didn't start. So I'm not sure how long he was working on it. It may be that it's not getting a hot circuit wire to the points. We'll be having to check all that stuff out too. I'll probably take the battery from the me-haul truck, my F600, and pop in this so we have some juice on it to see what's going on with it. This type of system, there's no digital components in it. It's all analog. So there's no programming, no nothing. So if there's safety switches on it, it's all mechanical. I just want to let you know, I'm not crying. It's really cold out here. Last night it got down below freezing, and it's like 40 degrees out here right now. Last week I was in my t-shirt. So let's get started on this. Let's get an access to this and take the service cover off it and see what we can do. So what I'm thinking is we'll leave this portion on the door. We'll cut a spot using this radius, come down, and I don't want to take it all the way to the bottom. Cut it across, keeping that radius, coming up, keeping this radius back into this slot. So that way when this door is shut, you can still lock this door and it's not going to leave a little flappy piece of metal in here. My son dropped me off some pieces of steel to put behind it so when the door shuts that it'll have something to flap up to. My son's a thinker. Thinks like me. I found a kind of a Sharpie. So what I'm thinking is this looks like an 1.5 inch piece of plate steel. course, we're going to be grinding right next to the gas tank. That's okay. Nothing could happen with sparks next to the fuel tank. Perfectly safe. All right, I found this green lid. I'll just put it on the two lines. We'll make us a radius. Use the same lid, so we'll have the same radius on all the corners. Oh yeah, beautimous. Oh, that looks good. Out of it so it don't get sparkles on it. Here goes nothing. This is always the point where you kind of second guess yourself. Should I be cutting this or should I not be cutting this? That is the question. It's only steel. Having a hard time seeing it. I think I'm gonna darken it up somehow. Maybe I'll put some tape on the outside edge. It was just really hard to see. Put a little tape on it. Tape don't work very good. Make my cut right there. Tape is cold. I know what you're thinking. Why is he ruining that? It's only steel. Sparkles are getting hot. Let me get my gloves. Now, these are extra large gloves. It literally took, look, my hands are gonna be losing all their, extra large, XL. It literally took me 15 minutes to get these on. My circulation, oh, goodness. Must be extra large in kid size. Oh my gosh, that's hot. Oh, it was burning right through my glove. Oh, junk. Junk, I tell you. And Marshall PC Wabash is coming. He just came back from fighting all the criminals down south. Now he's taking a break from all the shooting.
Yeah, I'm at the general store now restocking so I can go to South Carolina and catch some villains down there in a couple weeks.
That's right, catch some villains down south.
My deputies are going to inform me pretty soon.
Excellent.
I had to work on my stagecoach to haul my field officers around.
There you go.
So it's ready for its next trip.
Well, we're here working on Billy's generator. A little late now, dogs. Time to change the disc. Looks like you had fun on your trip, catching all them criminals. Got that cut. My wife says I'm doing too much of this. That'll make a good door. All right, before I open this up, I mean, you couldn't even really get to the plug. There really should be a GFCI on there. The rainwater coming in. All right, this, let me get my flapper disc, clean that up. The reason why I'm going to clean this up because I'll cut myself, guaranteed. Woo, windy and cold. All right, you get to look at this the same as me. Let's hope these things ain't rusted too bad. That one moved. That's actually pretty loose. See, it moved because this is a Klein's screwdriver. And it knows that a real electrician is getting ready to work on it. All right, there's the CTs, red and the black, single phase. Let me get you in there. So here's the main breaker. It's 125 amps, 240 volts. These are the output wires right here. And there's only 2 of them, so that means it's not 3-phase. It's got low voltage controller, transformer, thingy majig right there. Maybe we can find some other stuff in here. Let me see. All right, let me see if I can't get this cover to come off further. Because I got to get the wires off of it. Now I know what size. And so we're going to take these wires off because we can't use them no more. And the ground is just grounded to the chassis. So we're going to put a whole new panel box and mount it to the side. Maybe a waterproof one on the outside or something. Just happens to be the same one that had the black goo on it. Definitely not torqued to the right specs. Should be a smidge tighter than loose. All right, I'm gonna have to get this out of there without you seeing it. Not because it's top secret, but because I can't have the camera in there and media in there at the same time. It's a tight fit. So I'm gonna loosen up that that clamp and pull the wires out. All right, I got the wires out. Now we're gonna loosen up the ground and get the ground wire off of the back of the thing. Again, that's going to be right in the way of the camera, I'm pretty sure. Again, that's like super loose. I mean, it should have, it's almost finger tight. We're going to go ahead and tighten that back up because it's just grounded to the chassis. And when we make the new connection, it'll be also grounded to the chassis. All right, I'm going to show you the controls. All right, this here is for the engine. It's got the battery charging, the oil pressure, and the temperature. This is the AC voltage coming. This part here is all set up for the generator, genset section of it. This has got your voltage and this has got your amperage. Now you would say, oh, it's only got 2 phase. How come it's not showing one for each winding? Well, that's what this is for. So when you want to watch one leg, you click it to there. If you want to watch the other leg, you click it to there. Or you can click the gauges to the off position. This has nothing to do with the functioning. Now, if your generator is running a little too hot, say it's up to 250 volts on both legs or on one leg, you can turn the voltage back down. I'm going to leave it set to where it was at. It was probably correct before. And this is the elapsed time on the hours of the machine. So according to this, it only has 293 total hours on the machine. I do not know what these are. I'll just be honest with you. Here's the panel lights, these 2 little lights right here. And this is also set up for auto run. So that means there's a connection on this machine somewhere to hook up to a transfer switch. and when your power of your house goes off, this will automatically, in this mode, will start the generator up when the power goes out. It'll have a remote start. Man, I almost caught my thing on fire. Awesome. And well, here you can just set it to run and work manual. That's your manual run. And here is your field breaker. And here's a little DC fuse for your DC controls. The controls are, as a matter of fact, let me check this. This may be the reason why it's not running. No, the fuse is good. And here we got your throttle for starting and stuff. And then you got LP gas and regular gasoline. Has a little solenoid somewhere. All right, so that's basically it. If anybody out there knows exactly what model this is, I would appreciate it if you would put it in the questioning below. I have found some little ones, digital ones online. I'll see if I can't post a picture up for you somewhere up in here or across the whole screen. And they're only like 125 to 200 bucks. And it replaces everything in here with a little dinky module that you can face mount on a piece of metal. Someone had pulled the cover off of this thing at one time before. And there's a bolt up top that holds the spare tire down. It's very possible that the rain had been dripping in here, but the inside of that looks clean. What I'll do is we'll mount that box right here. We'll run those wires from that breaker right into here. In fact, those wires that came off, what did I do with them? They may reach. Oh yeah, they may reach right into that. Right here is what is called a KO, and this one here is already, it's been sealed up ever since it's been manufactured, never been opened yet. So the way it's taken off is you got to kind of beat it. This is the old clamp that held the old wire, so we're going to reuse this. So I got to, if you can see that, I got to take the outer ring all the way off so that'll fit into it. This generator used to be, before somebody painted it, at least the electronics parts of it was blue. There it is. So it's this fatter ring right here. Note here, I got these screws where you can have easy access to them. We're going to put our cables in and hook them to the main lugs. Look at my brand new gloves. My Hulk hands is ripping out of them. Don't fall, don't fall. This time have the thingamajiggy off. All right, that's much better. Less chances of scratching the cables. At 125 amps going into that little box. Don't want no sparkage. It's getting really cold out here. Temperature's dropping fast. I'm about to call it. I'm gonna call it a generator. That's a lot tighter than what was finger tight before. Like, get off of there. A lot tighter. This is old school right here. They don't do this kind of junk no more. Your neutral and your ground is the same wire. Because basically that's the way it is when it comes from the power plant. Time to put this joker back together. Maybe. Well, we're getting somewhere now. This is right where we started, right? Taking this panel off. Now it's going back on. Gotta come back. This one ain't working. Here's going in oddball side or something going on with it. There it goes. Didn't have my tongue right. But Pastor Bill, you ain't got no ground on that thing. It's got a ground right here. Oh, I got a bolt to hook it to. We're good. All right, it's time for me to go inside. It's cold. Got it back together. Got the new panel box on the side of it. So now it's safe to run. The wires ain't hanging out the back or anything. And next weekend, my son's gonna be here and we're gonna try to do a first start on this thing in God knows how many years. Remember, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You didn't know Pastor Bill knew anything about generators, right? You need to go back and look at some of those other videos that I worked on generators. In fact, I put generators in schools and everything else and pulled them out of schools and hooked them on houses and stuff. So I know my way around a generator. So we're gonna get this thing running. If this can If this controller here don't work, we're gonna buy one of those brand new little digital ones. Them things make life simple. I've wired them inside panels already one time before, and a lot of the new generators that are out now have these little, everything you see, there's like 1,000 wires in that thing. Everything in that can be controlled by a little dinky module. And you use the same hookups, the same CTs, the same everything. I know you don't know what a CT is. That's okay. I know what a CT is. It's what reads the current going through the wire. So tomorrow I'm going to be working back on the F600, the Mihal truck, my giant pickup truck, and we're going to rebuild the carburetor and change the oil in it. And next weekend we're going to continue working on this. God bless you all.